Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Arch City Now. Vic Faust, producer Rye here. It is Wednesday. Happy hump day to everybody. We are here. All right, let's get it going on. St. Louis, I can feel my allergies. We are going to have a warmer, windy day. There is absolutely no doubt about it. I can already tell my friend, producer Rye, good morning. Glad you're here. Hope all is good with you today.
Morning, Vic.
We get you going Monday through Friday, as you guys know, 6 to 8 a.m. Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us from 8 to 10 o'clock. Ready to get things going. It's all St. Louis all the time. Jumping on the show. X, Facebook, YouTube. We'd love it when you do that. If you want to call, there's a phone number, 855-282-8255. We are your Lou information. They're live and on demand at louinfo.com. Always grateful when you guys are here. By the way, if there's a subject that you want to talk about, if you want to keep us updated on something, let us know. Jump on in. We'll talk about it. We love to promote St. Louis and all the other stories nationally that kind of resonate throughout our area from that standpoint when it comes to anything and everything that may be going on. You guys are why we're here. And, of course, that's what we do here Monday through Friday. So keep us posted. Let us know if you guys see anything that's happening. And, of course, we'll talk about it from that standpoint in time. Okay. One of the big things yesterday, and I'm trying to be as respectful as I possibly can. And I know, it doesn't matter who you play. You're going to have ups. You're going to have downs. Yeah, I get it when there's a long basketball season that's at play. But if you're St. Louis you can't lose to Rhode Island. And SLU lost to Rhode Island last night. I mean, Rhode Island played a terrific game. One of their best guys was, 10 for 10 or 11 from the free throw line. That shows you when you hit your free throws what can actually happen. They also had a guy. Yeah, he's the guy, their star. He looked NBA-esque last night. He hit 9 3-pointers for Rhode Island. Scored 29 points. They upset the Billikens 81-76. And the problem with that is the fact that this was a very average to below average Atlantic 10 team that beat SLU. So when that happens, you can only imagine what could happen down the stretch. SLU got found out last night, and they fought hard. They did. They fought to the end. Deanne Brown had, Robbie Avila had 21 points. Deanne Brown had 19, but the problem was SLU had 18 turnovers.
Oh, yeah. That's what happened.
And they trailed almost the entire game, 36 minutes.
I woke up this morning and I go on Instagram every single morning and just scroll through my mini root work. And while I was on my root work sports account, I saw some SLU stuff and I said, dang, they lost to Rhode Island? I was very, very confused.
Yeah. I remember calling up that line yesterday.
Yeah, I don't think, and yeah, they were talking about the line.
Because I brought up the line yesterday on this show and I went 10.5. Why is it only 10.5? Something weird is going on here. Do the gamblers know something that I don't know? Because 10.5, it should be 20.5. I don't care if you're on the road. Something did not seem right. Was it a style message? Was it?
I don't think Mizzou's losing that game.
Mizzou.
I'm just saying I'm just saying in comparison, I don't think a Mizzou team would lose to Rhode Island.
Well, there'll be plenty of time to talk about Mizzou SLU today, because if anybody thinks SLU's better than Mizzou after what we witnessed again last, people say, well, it's one I'm taking. If you had to pick one team, Mizzou or SLU, to win 10 games, who's going to win 5 first?
I'm telling who they're playing. If they're all playing the same team.
No. I mean against each other.
Oh yeah, I got Mizzou.
I'm telling you, Missouri's better than SLU. I've watched them, and I know Missouri just lost to Texas the other night, and they didn't look good. But we'll get into that. It just It doesn't have to be who's better in that. I'm just saying all season long, I've been saying SLU's better. Now I'm saying there is no way in hell SLU is a better basketball team.
You see how the narratives can change after
Yeah.
one game.
Well, I don't say just one, but you're right. I say I've seen SLU struggle for 3 games now.
They have.
And
Really have.
and then come back at the end and win.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that they've been trailing
Against
at half,
subpar competition. The difference
Yeah.
is Missouri's played some pretty good competition in the SEC. They have. Not elite teams, but very, very good teams that would beat SLU.
Yeah, like I don't
Texas
think,
is one of the hottest teams in America right now.
Yeah, I don't think.
And watch what Texas goes and does in the tournament. Watch, mark my words right now.
Didn't Mizzou beat Florida this year, right?
Missouri beat Florida.
Yeah, I don't think.
And they
Kentucky,
beat Kentucky at Kentucky.
Yeah, see, I don't think SLU could.
And
do
they
that.
beat Texas A&M at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
No, they can't. And so this is a really, it's a bad deal. It is a bad deal. It's a bad deal that they went out and lost. And I'm like, I found it. I was able to find it on our TV system, and I was watching the SLU game the second half. And I went, oh no. It's just not a great thing that's happening. So SLU went out last night and they lost to a bad Rhode Island team. And now you just have to wonder, okay, here's the thing. We've got 2 losses. I mean, let's say they win the rest. I mean, they've got a tough game on the road to end the season now as well. This is what's going to be interesting is if I'm if I'm SLU, I'm a little bit concerned because now you have a basketball game that could set up at the end of the last game of the year where SLU may not even win the conference. Now it's the basketball tournament, which is the most important thing to get them their opportunity to get into the tournament. But the problem that you have right now with the fact that that's going on is it's like, okay, what could VCU do? VCU right now is 12-2 in the conference. SLU is 12-1. SLU and VCU play SLU and VCU play this weekend at SLU. SLU's going to win that game. I'm sorry, they are.
They better.
They're going to win that game. They're going to win the conference. They're going to win at home. They're going to come back strong. They will. The tough game, I thought, is the last game of the year. They play at George Mason. That could be interesting. SLU already beat VCU. But if VCU were to beat SLU this weekend and they're both with 2 conference losses, it still gets down to the tournament. My only thing is you don't want to get into a situation now where SLU could get left out of the tournament if they didn't win their tournament because of this as being such a terrible loss. And there will be people who say, well, you can't, the sky is falling because of one loss. Well, guess what?
When you play in the A10, yeah.
When you play in the A10 and your standard is so low and then you lose, I mean, keep in mind, Rhode Island, even after beating SLU last night, is 6-7. Yeah, I did it. 6-7 in the conference. They're only 15-11 overall. They've lost 7 games in the very average it's not even average, the below average A10. And when I say average, below average, what I mean by that is compared to the other conferences where many of these teams are being pulled from. It's just, yeah. And you brought it up, and we'll continue to. You want to talk about Mizzou SLU anymore? I would take Mizzou in a heartbeat over the SLU team. In a heartbeat. This SLU team is not better than Mizzou. They're not. And now we're starting to see their issues defensively. And then when all the threes aren't going down, and you know what happened to their pieces? They've got a lot of, and I said this yesterday. They've got so many pieces that can be a part. You got to find the right mix. You got to find the right rotation of players to get the shots and so forth. You know, Avila did everything he could. He played a really good game. Brown was all over the place, but what's happened to Kellen Thames? Where's Kellen been? Where's your 3-point shooting ace? He had a couple good games, and then now he's disappeared.
Who, Dunlap?
Yes.
They probably
Now we're relying on Shawarma, and he is not hitting.
Yeah, well, I always knew Shawarma wasn't the main shooter. He was just like the off the bench shooter guy, and Dunlap was the guy, because I've been watching them a little bit before Dunlap got sick and came back and was looking like Clay, before the real Clay. But yeah, it's just insane that after this one loss, everything has just kind of changed, and I hope their attitude going into Saturday against VCU is going to change that. But yeah, Dunlap was never really the go-to guy. He was just hot for a couple games.
Yeah, I get it. Well, that game is Friday night, so SLU comes back Friday night.
They play Friday night?
Friday night at 7
I will be in
p.m.
attendance at the game, guys.
So Friday night, they've got VCU. If they lose to VCU, they're tied in the conference. But the other thing about it is, I think they have a tough game the last regular season game. They play at George Mason. Now, George Mason isn't some dominant team. It's a road game, and you wonder how some of those things could play out, possibly, especially when you look at what's happened. And then if you start to lose a little bit of confidence. George Mason is 9-4. But this conference is going to get one team in, and I'm telling you, I'm hoping it's the Billikens. Whoever wins the tournament, whoever wins the A10 tournament is going in. VCU has to win the tournament. George, anybody else? SLU still may not have to win the tournament to get in, but here's their problem. If SLU loses again, I don't know. If they don't win the NC, if they finish with just one loss in conference and then they lose in the conference tournament, what do you think the chances are of them getting into the NCAA tournament still? I still think that that the A10 could get two teams in, the team that wins the conference and SLU. Will SLU have done enough with that schedule to get in? I don't know. As of yesterday, SLU was only a 7 seed going into the tournament by many prognosticators. They lose last night. What did that drop them down to? 8, 9, 10? I don't know. Not trying to say the sky is falling, but SLU has certainly put themselves between a rock and a hard place by losing to a bad Rhode Island team. And then, of course, I can't wait to talk about the Mizzou SLU angle, which you so eloquently brought up earlier. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So that game did not, I repeat, did not turn out well for the Billikens last night. Not at all. We will also get into, we got some great weather today again. That's a nice thing that we have in the St. Louis area. Yesterday didn't turn out like it was supposed to. Today's supposed to be 72 and sunny. Thursday's supposed to be 70 and like gray skies, but yesterday was still a little chilly. We did not get up into the 70s at all. We did not really have sun. That was unfortunate, but you do what you can do. We're stuck. I mean, we can't change the weather. I just was hoping it was be a whole lot better than what it was. But anyway, that weather is what it is. We'll get into some Olympic coverage today. It is interesting too. The athletes who ripped our country, and I don't care, you can have whatever political opinion you want, but the last thing you should ever do in your life, and I know that a lot of times younger people can be dumb, and when I say dumb, You make dumb decisions. You say dumb things. Let me tell you what's dumb. Dumb is biting the hand that feeds you. Dumb is being disrespectful and disgraceful to not only yourself, but your family and people who are around you and your country. There were a couple people, athletes, who opened their mouth, inserted foot, and said that they didn't like our country or representing our flag. What? This is the Olympics. If you don't like it, then don't go. Oh, but that's right. You want your cake and you want to eat it too because you've grown up in a soft society where you get everything that you want and everything is nice. You're a little 20-year-old something that thinks that the world should give you everything that you want. Well, the two athletes who did it, a skier, one main skier, nothing, flamed out at the Olympics. He's a nobody. And the reason I say that is because if you open your mouth and bring attention to yourself, you deserve whatever attention you get, good or bad. Young punk skier. But there were grateful skiers on the team as well. You don't have to agree with everything in life, but when you have chosen, nobody forced you to go represent the United States. You're not in communist China, little Johnny, little Missy Amber. No, you're not. Be kind, be nice, be sweet. There's no need to do those things. So they ripped their country. Then Amber Glenn, who was our gold medal leading candidate in figure skating, opened her mouth, ripped the United States. There's a platform for it. The Olympics is not where you do it. It's just not. And when you do that, and this is what I say, athletes, just keep your mouth shut. Entertainers, keep your mouth shut. Nobody cares about your political stances. All you do is cause yourself problems and issues. So what happened? Amber Glenn went out yesterday and she made the biggest mistake of her life. After running her mouth and about the Olympics and about all of her issues, about political issues and other issues, she went out and she made a horrible mental mistake, and she's in 13th place. She's out of medal contention. And then what was she doing? She's crying on the ice and crying all the way skating off the ice. And then she's crying as she's getting her scores. And, you know, I'm an empathetic person. People who know me know that I am very empathetic. And I felt bad for her, but I also kept thinking, you know what? It's one of those karma things. What comes around goes around. She's opening her mouth. She's ripping the United States. And then she goes out. And then what does she do after ripping the United States? Our country, our flag, the men and women who have died for this country, the people who are servants. She goes out and she bombs. So she embarrassed herself, and she's going to have to live with it the rest of her life. A life lesson. Life lessons are not fun. I've learned them. Lots of us learn them. You do not want to have a life lesson. But she did. And it's sickening to think, and nobody should feel sorry for her either. No, nobody should feel sorry that she went out and she bombed it last night. So her one opportunity at gold goes up in flames. She's in 13th place. We do have Alyssa Liu, who is an absolutely amazing, sweet young woman who is in 3rd place. So she has a shot to compete for a medal and or a gold. And she's very sweet, very kind, very thankful and grateful for what this country has given her. And even if she isn't, she's not putting it out there trying to say, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. So Amber Glenn just got destroyed by herself in that whole situation. It's unfortunate for the skiers or for the skaters. We had arguably one of the best men and women in the world, and those two best both had bad performances. The pressure got to both of them, and neither one of them are going to medal. It's unfreaking believable. The Americans have kind of come to known over the past few years as the choke nation in some of these sports. And it's sad to say, but it's true. It is. It's just like, what's going on? It's just like we've gotten soft. I mean, we're soft compared to other countries. We're just soft. We're soft.
I wonder if other countries look at our country like a reality show sometimes.
Yes,
too.
they do. That
But,
is
like-
what America is.
Like, I know that we're like the best country for like people to come in and the American dream and all that good stuff, right? But like,
The American dream is gone.
like
I can break that down for you from a financial standpoint.
but like whatever they say, like, but at the same time, I'm just so I'd be so shocked sometimes. Like, even though you have your right to your opinion and everything, like,
Yes.
and like you can say that. Me personally, though, like, especially if it's the Olympics, like, I kind of have a semi thing about athletes getting into politics, but at the same time, they're still people too, so they can have their.
What do you mean
opinion.
getting into politics?
Like, like
you mean while they're still athletes?
yeah, while they're still athletes,
Yeah.
I kind of have like a
Mm,
maybe you could just do your job.
it's a pet peeve of mine. I don't
Like-
want to see anybody talking politics if they're athletes
Like, that's like me being even though
or entertainers.
yeah, if you're like one of that, I think that's kind of like what separates and what we can separate from politics and what can bring us together. That's how I think of it. But like at the same time, I understand you're a human and you live here and you have your own opinions. But like, there's only a few times in the world where a racist and somebody who isn't like who they like can be in the same facility and not like any problems arise. And sports used to be that, and now it's kind of not. So, that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, that's producer Ryan, Vic Faust. This is Arch City Now. We're here on a Wednesday morning. I feel like it's Monday because of the things that we're having to talk about. I was just frustrated watching that. It's just about respect for America. I mean, I get frustrated with it a little bit. And I guess when we're on the side of that, and we'll take the first break a little bit longer, you've got, but we knew about this coming in. I mean, Eileen Gu, she got a couple more silver medals. Beautiful young woman, Chinese American, competing for China instead of the United States. But guess where she's born and raised? Here. Here in the United States. And you're like, wait a second, what? Eileen Gu is what? And that's where things have changed a little bit when it comes to competition, United States. I mean, just think about this. Producer Rai, Eileen Gu, 22 years old. Freestyle skier. She's the most decorated freestyle skier. She won a couple golds at the last Olympics, some silver. She won 2 silvers this Olympics, no gold, but she was still really good. She makes $22 million a year because of who she competes for. But guess what? Born in San Francisco, raised in San Francisco. And then who was she competing in the Olympics for? China. Communist China, who has done everything they possibly can to devalue the dollar of the American person, our business, anything and everything they can do to destroy America.
China.
Seriously, they are an enemy of the United States. Yet she chose to go compete with them so she could make money.
It's all about money, man.
But that's the problem and the issue. It's like, she has no. And where are her parents to teach her? It's like,
There's
you
no
don't
national.
you don't
integrity.
sell yourself out. She sold herself out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Now, I don't like the vice president coming out and ripping her,
Yeah,
which is what he did yesterday again.
but he's part military, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah. No, I get it. Because it's like I understand JD Vance's point of ripping her for what she's doing, but I just wished he wouldn't have done it during the Olympics. I'm still trying to stay true to the Olympic Games as much as I can. But did you ever, when I was growing up, you never would have thought you'd find somebody who was born in the United States defect to compete. It's not for Australia or Great Britain. Yeah, it's no, we're
It's China. It's our like
it's
number one.
freaking
It's one of our.
communist China.
It's literally one of our number one.
Communist China. Where if you're teaching Christianity in public places and things, you can be thrown in jail or worse. And she went to represent that country. That just was like, ugh.
And she doesn't. And like, I'm not gonna rip the lady, but like,
Yeah.
was the money worth it that much? Like, was she just not gonna make any
Well, she'll
money?
probably tell you it will be.
Yeah, but like, was she just not going to make any money? Because me morally, that's like even though I'm black, like, and I have like I'm African American, that's like me competing for like I don't know if I got Egyptian blood in me, like competing for Egypt because they just give me a pyramid or like give me some type of like crazy amount of money. Like I just wouldn't do that.
No, you were raised different though too.
Like,
you were raised different. It's unfortunate that we have to deal with some of these situations that are going on, but I just wish that it just was like so anyway, the reason that became more public again is because the vice president said he didn't understand. He, quote, I think certainly somebody who grew up in the United States who benefited from our education system and the freedom and liberties that a woman gets to have in our country that make this country a great place, I would hope they would want to compete with the U.S., is what he said. So obviously I'm going to root for American athletes, and part of that is people who identify themselves as Americans. Because she grew up here, she's born here, she lives here, and then she's like, "Oh no, I'm going to compete for China because my parents are from China," or her mother. Yeah, she was, her mother was Chinese.
like I understand it if you're like an NBA player and you're not going to be able to make the USA team and you play for another team. That's understandable.
She says she tries to embrace both cultures. When I'm in the US, I'm American. When I'm in China, I'm Chinese. And her ambition is
just be both wherever you're at.
Like, well, she can promote it in both cultures, but if you're going to be born in the United States and live here, you need to be competing for the United States.
Yeah, I think that's kind of weird.
And, we can wax poetically about it all day long. It's just, but she was getting more money from China because they needed people. But you know what, though? She earned $23 million last year in sponsorship deals with both Western luxury companies and Chinese enterprises.
Oh, so she's making money. She just decided, hey, I'm going to make more over here.
Yeah. Yeah. Recent disclosures have also revealed that Beijing municipal officials provided her $6.6 million in collective training resources for her Olympic preparations. By the way, the American athletes are the only athletes that are self-funded. I mean, they get some money here and there. They're the only ones. They take care of themselves, which I wish could change as well. But, China does not formally permit dual citizenship, though. And she's refused to confirm whether she surrendered her U.S. passport. That's where it gets kind of where she's playing all sides of the table, which is unfortunate. This isn't her fault. It's her parents' fault. They need to teach her something about life, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I mean, you see some of these things going down. I wish her the best. Just, it gets into that situation where it's like, if you love this country, then love it, appreciate it. Don't take it for granted. And we started to see that, obviously, with what Amber Glenn was doing. She's allowed. I just wish that she could have gone out and backed up her words with a performance. You can't go out and talk the talk and then not walk the walk. She went out and talked the talk, and then she flamed out. And now she says she's in shock, and, because she has to live with that for the rest of her life. This is Art City Now. We're rocking and rolling this morning. We'll get things going. We'll take a quick break here. Went a little long. We are your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. Producer Rise here. I'm Vic Faust. We'll talk about the wonderful weather that's coming up today when we get back. That's pretty darn nice. Love it, love it, love it. With what's happening, we'll continue to be talking about the Billikens all show today. It was not so good last night as they lost. They took one on the chin at Rhode Island. We'll get into that as well. Near record highs today for temperatures, believe it or not. Believe it or not, here we are from that
I
standpoint.
thought it felt kind of weird walking out this morning. It felt really good.
I know it's not, you're not like freezing when you get out of your car. That's for sure. That's for sure. Anything else that you guys want to talk about? Let us know. Try to have some fun. Try to cheer up the show a little bit. Don't want to be negative. Try to be positive as we possibly can. Of course, there's soccer coming this weekend, and of course, anything that you guys want to talk about. X, Facebook, and YouTube. We'll take a quick break. Producer Rice here. I'm Vic Faust. This is Art City Now. We'll be back with more right after this.
The Lou Information Station, a whole new way to enjoy content created just for those of us in the St. Louis area. It's a whole new way to advertise and promote your business. Reach out and find out just how different we are. If you're tired of one-sided advertising offerings or your traditional media rep trying to shove digital marketing down your throat, visit luinfo.com and click on advertising. Or email partnerships@luinfo.com for more information.
Fast Track Auto Transport has been a trusted leader in vehicle shipping for over 25 years, providing reliable, affordable service across the U.S. Fast Track offers fast and safe transportation solutions for individuals, dealerships, fleets, and business all sizes. The Fast Track team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and real-time tracking, which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto Transport has been St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. Trusted way, the safe way, the Fast Track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-6004.
luinfo.com news headlines brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
Your LouInfo.com news report. A SWAT officer with the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department shot and killed an armed 46-year-old man on Tuesday morning while serving a search warrant in the Patch neighborhood. Officers were executing a narcotics and weapons warrant when the suspect refused to surrender and claimed he was armed. A gun was recovered at the scene. The investigation is continuing. Lawyers have pitched a $7.25 billion settlement in the Bayer Roundup case, arguing that people in the U.S. who were exposed to Roundup were exposed to dangerous chemicals. The lawsuit covers those who were diagnosed with cancer and also those exposed and diagnosed in the future. The St. Louis court will review the case. Yadier Molina is back in spring training with the St. Louis Cardinals, stepping into his role as special assistant working with catchers. He's offering guidance on defense, game planning, and handling pitchers, while also assisting the front office. Molina will also manage in Puerto Rico in the World Baseball Classic this spring. He played 19 seasons in St. Louis. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at luinfo.com and the free Lou Info app, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, luinfo.com weather, presented by Home Bank, member FDIC. Secure your financial future by opening a high-yield checking account today. Go to myhomebank.bank to get started.
Here's your luinfo.com weather update. A few showers coming up by tomorrow, but for now, things stay pretty nice, breezy, and sunny. We're headed for the low 70s. For the overnight, a few clouds and about 50, and then showers and maybe even a thunderstorm on Thursday with that cold front. We'll be in the low 70s and breezy, sunny, and cooler on Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at luinfo.com and the free Lou Info app.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
Fast Track Auto Transport has been a trusted leader in vehicle shipping for over 25 years, providing reliable, affordable service across the U.S. Fast Track offers fast and safe transportation solutions for individuals, dealerships, fleets, and businesses of all sizes. The Fast Track team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and real-time tracking, which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto Transport has been St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. The trusted way, the safe way, the Fast Track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome into the show. Appreciate you being with us. It is Wednesday. Happy hump day. Oh, what is happening in the Lou? Let us know. 855-282-8255. We are your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. Producer Rise, I'm Vic Faust. Glad you guys are with us. As regards to action today, there's Olympic action. By the way, 2:30 today, the United States men's hockey team plays Sweden in a knockout round event. So basically what it is, it's kind of the quarterfinals. The gold medal game would be Sunday morning if you haven't been paying attention. Sweden is 2-1 overall. The United States 3-0. Canada, by the way, is playing at 9:40 this morning. Canada has Czechia. They've been a pesky little team. They're 1-1-1. The winner of Sweden and the United States, I believe, would play the winner of Finland and Switzerland. Whereas Canada, once they beat Czechia, they will face the winner of Germany and Slovakia. So we'll see where all that goes with the hockey that's happening today over at the Olympics. There's some alpine women's slalom skiing that's going on right now as we speak. Also, the biathlon's going on today. There's some cross-country skiing things that we don't really do a good job at. So, I don't know. Some short track speed skating today, some women aerial skiing. There's some men. Well, no, we did. We had a guy. Oh, when did that happen? All right. Yeah, we got another medal. We got another nice little medal there. We only got 6 medals. By the way, the medal count, I know that those counts are up there for people, but Norway is just running away with, I mean, they've got 32 overall medals. Italy has 25. The United States has 23. I think the United States will probably go into the second place for total medals. But with golds, Norway has 15 golds. They're number 1. Italy has 9. Then the United States is tied in third with only 6. 6 gold medals at the entire Olympics so far. So come on. Let's get it done. Let's see what we have going on there. By the way, speaking of hockey, the women's team gets to play tomorrow. They haven't gotten much coverage of watch. I mean, stuff that they're a fun team to watch. They play they play Canada for the gold medal game. That's tomorrow at 12:10. So the United States women have an opportunity to get a gold. Another gold for the Americans, which would be really nice. That would be kind of cool. See what we can get done there. Especially with some of the things that are going on. Also, if you guys have any other news from a St. Louis standpoint, let us know. Like, subscribe, share the show, jump on in. Would love to promote anything and everything from a St. Louis standpoint. And that includes restaurants, events that are coming up, you name it, sports, high schools, all of those things. Just let us know. You can give us a call, 855-282-8255 if you want to do that. Also, if you have any desire to let us know about other things that are happening, we certainly love to promote any and all things that we possibly can, because we miss a lot of those things that are happening too. We try to keep it more positive and, of course, pushing forward with whatever we can from that. So anyway, I'm glad you guys are with us today. Producer Rise here, Vic Faust. It is interesting. Old school, young school. I don't have the play, and I should. There was a hard foul in a college basketball game last night where a UCLA player fouled a Michigan State player.
Yes.
And the head coach pulled his own player and sent him to the locker room, meaning he was upset that his own player fouled as hard as he did against a Michigan State player. Yes, it was a hard foul. I told producer Rye, I don't send my own player to the locker room, though. I think that just, I don't know, man. It just, you don't set, unless it was it that egregious to you, the play?
No, I've seen dudes foul harder.
Okay.
In a random pickup game.
Maybe I'll find it, and I'll give it to you in the next break from that standpoint.
I think I can find it on TikTok. I'm just trying to pick something else because you sent me something else today too.
Oh, I did? I can't remember what
you sent me something last night, but it was like,
was that the Stefan
I can't even see it. I have to log in.
Okay, it's all right.
It's like,
or Clay. I thought I sent you something from Clay.
Oh, they're saying it's not appropriate for Instagram.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah, that's right. I know why.
Why is it like some Megan Thee Stallion stuff?
Yeah. He dates Megan, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, she's modeling on her brand new Bentley.
Oh yeah.
So Clay bought her, but she's clothed.
Oh, then why is it?
I don't know. Probably because she's showing her best asset.
Oh.
But she's fully clothed. I don't know, but it's a brand new light blue Bentley. It looks really nice.
And Clay loves that lady too. She be cooking for him and stuff. Like, oh my gosh, Clay loves that good food from the South. She be cooking.
Oh my god. Yeah, guys, appreciate you being here with us. By the way, also talking about things that are happening. Mizzou basketball back in action tonight. They have a big game tonight. Missouri, Mizzou. They have a game. They host Vanderbilt tonight, and they really, really, really need to win. It's another one of those late starts. It's unfortunate. I wish that there was the 8:00 start times. I'm not a big fan of for college basketball teams during the middle of the week. Just not. I hate it. But Missouri, they desperately need a win. Their tournament hopes are like right on the border because they play Vanderbilt tonight, 19th ranked Vanderbilt at home. Vanderbilt's 21-4. They're a damn good team. They're solid. They really are a good team. And then after they play Vanderbilt, who do they play? Oh, guess what? They go to ranked Arkansas this Saturday. That's
my guys. Those are my guys.
See, that's the difference between playing in like a mid-major, like an A10, and playing in the SEC. The SEC is down. It was the best basketball conference in college basketball last year. Wasn't even close. SEC was the best basketball conference. This year, not so much. But they still competitive league. And you're still talking about a league that's going to have 7-8 teams in the tournament, at least. So not only does Missouri do that, they host Vanderbilt tonight, ranked Vanderbilt, 19. Then they go to number 20 Arkansas Saturday. And by the way, Mizzou does not match up well with Arkansas, in my humble opinion. I just don't think that they do. They still have 2 games left with Arkansas, by the way. And then they come back home and they host Tennessee, who's another like borderline right around top 25 team. So it does not get any easier. Missouri is in a tough stretch of basketball games as they try to make the NCAA tournament. But that's a game tonight that should be interesting. SEC Network, number 19, Vanderbilt. Missouri coming off I'll say it like kind of a very poor performance in the second half on Saturday night. So Dennis Gates, you're back on the clock when it comes to whatever's happening tonight. You got to find a way to make it work, buddy. Dennis, your team is right there teetering on whether they are going to be able to make the NCAA tournament or not. I was also looking, Vanderbilt's 19 playing at Missouri. If you were going to look at that game and try to figure out what the line on the game would be, what do you think you'd make it? Because there's a reason I'm asking, because I looked at the line and I was somewhat surprised at what I saw when it came to, Mizzou Vanderbilt, really? Tonight? At Mizzou? And that's the line? Vanderbilt, by the way, my friend, is minus 4.5 point favorite at Mizzou. Mizzou's playing for their tournament life tonight. I like Mizzou. I do.
I like Mizzou too.
I like Mizzou in the points. 4.5 is very, very, very big. I think it's too big. I think it's too big for that game tonight. We'll see. The over is 149.5, or excuse me, 153.5 is where you are from that standpoint. And then you look at Vanderbilt in the conference right now. Vanderbilt's a very good team. We were talking about it. They had a stretch where they lost 3 in a row. They lost at Texas. They lost to Florida at home. And then they lost Arkansas at home. But then they've won 5 of their last 6 games. And they've gotten back on track. So Missouri's up next. And, of course, we'll see where it goes. Okay. And the thing about Dennis Gates is it's kind of been up and down all around. When the season began, I was like, okay, there's expectations. Then they went through a bad stretch. I was like, there's no way. No way Dennis Gates should be around as head coach. Then they upset. They lose by 40 to Illinois, but they didn't have 2 guys that start. Missouri has 3 new players starting for them than they did when they played Illinois. 3 new players. Barrett, their point guard, Jaden Stone. They've got some different guys that are out there playing right now. And then Pierce. 3 different starters. So they're a different team. But they just go up and down. Sometimes, they looked like one of the best games of the year playing at Texas A&M at home, and then they come back and play Texas, and you're like, what the hell just happened? It's like, where's the team we just had? So if Missouri is now teetering where they may not make the tournament, so we'll see where all that goes, what happens, and so forth. So anyway, we hadn't talked about Mizzou from that standpoint, but they're on the clock tonight. Mizzou comes right back to the clock, and I say back on the clock because of what happened. And we'll get more into it in the next break with what happened with SLU, because it did not go well for them last night. I'm not going to say their dream season is over, because it kind of matters what you do in the tournament, but you got to get to the tournament, and especially when you don't play a very tough schedule. That's what I mean by those situations. It's like, okay, you got to find something. They put something on there for, to make it feel like something special. And if you don't have a tough schedule, you got to win all those games. And then when you get beat by some bad teams, it makes you go, oh, not really working from that standpoint. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. By the way, the weather today is supposed to be about 72 and sunny. Yeah, it's a different kind of day today than yesterday. You can already tell. It's not as windy right now. It's not as cold. The sun is out. We did not have that yesterday. So that's good. At least to enjoy today. And who knows what kind of stormy weather this could bring in today or tomorrow. But we'll get into it. We'll see where what we can figure out, and of course enjoy that as well. By the way, if you want to check out any of the other programming shows that we have throughout the day, just go to luinfo.com. Once again, it is luinfo.com. Before we go to the break too, I said I'd show it. Norway has 32 total medals. Italy has 25, and the United States has 23. Those three countries are far and away better than anybody else. But the golds are where the United States is very much lacking. Only 6 golds right now.
Had 5 yesterday and only got 6.
Yeah, but they picked up one over. I don't know who got their gold. It was either early this morning or what, but they have a 6th gold medal now, which is great. You have to go look that up. But we'll see where it goes, my friends. We appreciate it. This is Art City Now. That's producer Ryan, Vic Faust. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll set the stage. We'll talk about that slew stuff. Also, for an hour, we got you for an hour. Whatever you guys want to jump in, like, subscribe, share the show. Jump in on X, Facebook, and YouTube. And, of course, we'll talk about what you guys need to. We'll take a break. This is Art City Now. Back right after this.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rate you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. That's 800-298-0306.
After a long day, nothing beats kicking back in a brand new hot tub from St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. These guys are the real deal. They've been around for over 38 years and got more than 400 5-star reviews. And they've earned every single one of them. They sell premium, American-made hot tubs. USA, baby. And because they keep their overhead low, they pass the savings right on to you. You're getting better quality at a better price. And here's the best part. No hidden fees, no surprises, no, oh, by the way, charges. And if you find a comparable hot tub cheaper at a local dealer, they'll beat that price. Guaranteed. That's right. Best price guarantee. No one's beating them. Plus, when you buy from St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse, you're buying from a company that's been here for decades. And they'll be here to service your tub for as long as you own it. Check them out at besthotTubPrices.com. That's besthotTubPrices.com. St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse, highest quality, best price.
Listening to the exclusive home of Fighting Illini football, the Lou Information Station, 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis. Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios in Kirkwood.
Daddy is out of the cleaning up dump business.
KLIS 590 AM, Wood River, St. Louis.
USA Radio News. I'm John Summers. Multiple reports say Tricia McLaughlin, the spokesperson for DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, steps down from her post next week. No reason given for her departure. McLaughlin has been a fixture on cable news where she defended ongoing ICE operations and the agents involved in 2 deadly shootings in Minneapolis. The data found during the search for Nancy Guthrie does not match any records in the FBI's national database. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nano said the results came back Tuesday from a glove found near Guthrie's home.
The DNA on the glove that was found 2 miles away was submitted for CODIS, and I just heard that CODIS had no hits.
DNA recovered at her house also did not result in any hits. The search continues for 9 skiers missing after an avalanche near Truckee, California, in the Sierra Nevada mountains. 6 were found but remained stranded for hours as rescuers worked to reach them. The avalanche was reported Tuesday morning, stranding a group of 4 mountain guides and 11 other skiers. Captain Rusty Green with the Nevada County, California Sheriff's Office says,
they're doing their best they can. They have taken refuge in an area. They have made up a makeshift, shelter with a tarp, doing everything they can to survive and wait for rescue.
The Vatican says it will not participate in President Trump's Board of Peace. The peace initiative started by Trump last month is designed to oversee the rebuilding of Gaza and to resolve other global conflicts, with Trump as chairman. Tuesday, the Vatican's top diplomat said efforts to handle global crises should be managed by the UN. Early filing data from the IRS shows the average tax refunds up nearly 11%. Data shows through February 6th, the average refund reached $2,290 compared to $2,065 at the same point in 2025. From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Maybe this is you too. There's enormous frustration right now with healthcare costs. It is amazing. Healthcare costs for families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse. All this to say, this is why MediShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives, and MediShare is proven you can save thousands of dollars a year and actually like it more. Over 1 million Americans are now part of healthcare sharing, and MediShare is the gold standard. It's trusted, it works, it's been helping people save money and have peace of mind now for 30 plus years. It's not some big impersonal thing either. It's a community of people like you helping each other. So yeah, if you're frustrated too, here's your chance to make a refreshing change. You'll notice the difference as soon as you call. They're easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number. Call 855-SHARE-40. That's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE-40.
We interrupt this program for an on-the-spot news report.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. 222-2222.
When it's time to bring the energy, don't fake it, fuel it. Drink Thunder is the all-natural, plant-based, fruit-based, pre-workout drink that gives you real results without the junk. No sugar, no crash, just clean energy, powered by nature, and loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help you perform at your best. Go to drinkthunder.com and grab your favorite flavor, orange, mango, blackberry, lemonade, or strawberry cream. Drink Thunder, the clean way to power your workout. drinkthunder.com.
Fast Track Auto Transport has been a trusted leader in vehicle shipping for over 25 years, providing reliable, affordable service across the U.S. Fast Track offers fast and safe transportation solutions for individuals, dealerships, fleets, and businesses of all sizes. The Fast Track team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and real-time tracking, which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto Transport has been St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. The trusted way, the safe way, the Fast Track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
Today, business moves fast. Don't fall behind your competitors. Contact CTS, Commercial Technology Solutions, today for your voice and data needs, including networking, internet, and video conferencing. We offer 24-hour emergency service with competitive rates and an A+ rating from the BBB. At Commercial Technology Solutions, it's all about service, solutions, and stability. Contact them in Missouri at 314-421-3550, in Illinois at 618-452-3550, and online at ctsphone.com.
The Lou Information Station presents Art City Now with Vic Faust.
Fruit pizza, my friend, huh?
Shout out Fruit Pizza.
That's my boy.
Oh my gosh.
My producer, Ryan, talking about fruit pizza. Yeah, we try to keep it light here in the mornings. We're glad you guys are with us this morning. Then, of course, if you bring up a topic, then there's going to be people who jump in, and you can't please everybody, especially when it comes to the Olympics. Hey, Lane, we appreciate your comment. We had a chance to look over it during the break about opinions and things of that. Yeah, the reason I have an opinion, we do a radio show, number one. Number two, I want everything to be good. I don't like to see people get attacked. That's what I was talking about. I don't know if you heard the full side or not. I don't want to hear athletes talking about their politics. I don't want to hear entertainers talking about their politics. Keep it aside. Is that wrong, right? Is that wrong?
I don't think it's wrong.
No.
I think everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like,
there's a time and a place.
Exactly.
Not when you're representing your country. And even if you're being asked questions about it, even if the media is always going to try to stir stuff up.
They're always trying to. We are literally media.
That's why you say no comment. And if you don't like the country, you don't have to. You certainly don't have to like the vice president. You certainly don't have to like the president. You certainly don't have to like policies that can be controversial. But you don't have to talk about it. Not when you're wearing an American flag on your shirt.
Literally.
And
that's
they're
like-
paying for you to make a whole bunch of money.
Like,
That's
again,
why.
I'm not even a big politics guy, but I'm pretty sure people know, like, I'm not like a Trump guy. Like, I don't really rock with like Trump that much, right? Like, I don't rock with Trump. But like, I'm never going to go out, and if I'm in the Olympics, I'm never going to speak out and be like, yeah, you know, Trump is this, he's this, he's that. I'm just going to be like, I'm just literally going to say no comment. Like,
yeah, but you're
my
not
opinion.
you're not for them, you're not against them.
Like,
You've been very but you're not an athlete either.
Yeah,
It's just
I'm not
like,
an
and you're
athlete
still
either.
good like
Like-
that. If you're an athlete, there's just don't. It just all you do is you bring criticism to yourself, and then if you flame out like Amber did, then it's bad. And like this, and
Exactly.
like the skier did.
you're putting so much more pressure on yourself just by
Yes.
talking.
Yes.
And I'm not a pressure person. I perform well under pressure, but I like
And the
being calm.
media can be very, very tough. They just continue to ask you. No, just say no comment. I'm here to compete. I'm here to compete and do what I love. That's what you do. That's why I said I really dislike when athletes, especially Olympians, and it's more of a standard when you're representing your country to rip your country. You don't have to like what your country is all about, but when your country's footing the bill for you to be there and providing a platform for you to do what you love, it'd be different if you were forced to be there.
Exactly.
But
That's-
you're not being forced. You're choosing to go.
Again.
Now, if you really had strong convictions about whatever it is in your life, then you wouldn't go. But you know who's real and who isn't real when they take the goodies, but then rip the hand that gives them the goodies. That's my point. It's like, don't say it. It's no big deal for that. And by the way, I do agree with SLU. I'm so bummed out with SLU. Very, very bummed out that they lost last night. But yeah, no, their season's not over. But they just put themselves between more of a rock and a hard place. And if you think a seeding of 7 is coming, forget about it. They're in an 8, 9, 10 matchup now, unfortunately, from that standpoint.
My bad. I'm reading what Lane said. No, we're not. Nobody's really dismissing what you're saying, dude. Like, we get what you're saying. They were asked these questions, right? And the city, I mean, not the city, the country that was not, they're not rocking with Vance anyway. Like, we get all that you're saying. All I'm saying is this: I don't rock with Trump, but I didn't vote for Trump. But if Trump invites me out to the White House and pays for my dinner because I'm very talented in something, I'm still going to say thank you. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I don't even say they think the athletes have to say thank
Like,
you. Just
yeah,
don't
but-
say anything.
like, yeah, if you don't want to
Don't say
don't it at
anything.
all, G. Like, you're
It's
not-
if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing at all. It's one of those things that you learn in kindergarten. We should all go back to kindergarten. Take a nap. I'd like to start with taking a nap. Say please, say thank you, be gracious. What happened to just common practices in life? Being kind to people, being sweet, not causing problems, not ripping people, not causing controversy, and being grateful. The thing in our society that we're missing the most is just being grateful. Be grateful. So many times we wake up every day and we just don't want to be grateful for things that we have. And if you're an Olympic athlete, you should be grateful, first of all, because of the gifts that you've been given and that you've worked hard for, and then given a platform. So that's where it is. And guess what? It's all different. We're all different. Just because I don't want to hear athletes, entertainers, give us their political opinions. Most of the time, people who are giving us their opinions think they're more important than what they really are. Nobody, it's like, don't go out and don't give your opinions to people unless you're asked. I mean, especially if you're an athlete. If you're representing this is very simple. This is very, very simple.
Yeah, it's
if you're, let's not complicate things.
Yeah, it's a
So
pretty
many things in life get so, and it just splatters out like a cloud. This is simple. If you're a United States athlete, do not rip the United States who's given you your opportunity at the very games, because if it wasn't for the United States, you wouldn't have the opportunity you have. That doesn't mean you have to like the United States or the policies that they have. Many don't.
Exactly.
Don't miss the point. It just, there's a time and a place for it, but you don't bite the hand that feeds you, because it's called being ungrateful.
Like, again,
Just be grateful in life.
again, I'm not like, especially me being from I never play this card. Like, I think I've been dealt a hand to where I can make something in my life. I can become successful in all this, right? But I know there are odds stacked against me due to the color of my skin. Everybody gets that. Okay. Like, I get that. I'm moving forward with that. I'm not going to dwell on that. But this is all I'm saying. Like, I have no problem with people speaking their opinions, especially like if it's an athlete, if it's an entertainer, and you're on your own YouTube and you're on your own stuff. Everybody has the right to do that. It's just like me. If I'm representing my country, I don't want to talk mess about my country. You get
Well
what I'm
said.
saying?
Well
Even if
said,
a country,
producer Ryan.
even if the country I'm in is already saying, oh, they're showing JD Vance and they're booing him. Even if I don't rock with JD Vance, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, F JD Vance. I'm just gonna be like, that's funny, and go focus on what I'm here to do, which is win gold medals for my country.
Hey, if you're playing Olympic basketball and you don't like a specific issue with the United States, the president, the vice president, whatever, which many people don't, are you going to rip the country that you're representing?
No.
Okay, that's all. That's all. That's all I was saying. It's like, just do it at another time.
Yeah, maybe on my podcast I may.
And we're
know what
allowed,
happened.
and we're allowed to agree to disagree. It's like
Yeah.
you can keep an open mind. It's just about being kind and open minded when you talk to people.
And again, like Lane said, what happened to free speech? Not, like, we get that there's free speech. We're saying, yes, say what you want, but we're saying with our free speech, we wouldn't do it.
Correct.
And this is the same conversation that they had during Hot Take. I watch Hot Take
Because
every single-
Amber Glenn, who just bombed out last night after opening her mouth with her opinions, she has opened herself up for more criticism now. The same thing with the other skier. It's like, she doesn't deserve it. I mean, she's a 26-year-old woman, and she decided to go down that path and rip the country that she represents. And then it's no need for it. No need. Just be kind. You can have your free speech, but like free speech, just because it's free doesn't mean it's going to be free and that everybody's going to accept your free
and
speech.
it's going to work out in your favor.
And I was just trying to give her advice.
Exactly. Especially me being African American, I keep bringing that up. But look,
You're black.
Yeah, like you didn't know that, right? But, like, for me too, if you're gonna make a point at the Olympics, at least no offense, at least be a winner, bro.
Yeah.
Like, remember, I wasn't even alive when this happened, but remember when the African American guys won the track thing and they like had the flag and they did this?
No, 68, Black Power.
Right? Yeah. At least they won their gold medals, though.
Yeah.
And all they did was a symbol. They're not bashing anybody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%, bud.
It is the same thing, man. You could have, I don't know, if she was winning and she said, there's a lot going on in my country that I don't agree with, but I'm here to compete and I'm still representing this country and I want to win.
Well, it's good to have conversation about Lane. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
it's a
you.
good conversation.
Thank you so
because
much, Lane.
I love hearing the other side of everything, especially like me bringing up Hot Take, saying, yeah, people have the freedom of speech. They should be able to say their opinion on stance. Jim was just saying, hey, I don't think that they should be saying that on the thing, but I still think they should be entitled to their opinion. That's all it is. It's just healthy conversation. And if we can have a healthy conversation about it, I think the world will be a better place. Because it's not
the only way you have
it,
and the only way you have healthy conversations, you got to understand who you're having a conversation with. Number one, if somebody isn't going to keep an open mind and listen, there's no need to have a conversation. I'm telling you, there isn't. And we can say all day long, oh, well, we should have open conversation. But I'm telling you right now, if you're talking to people, whatever your stance may be, if you're talking to people and they won't, and number one, look at facts. Number two, black and white facts. Two, won't keep an open mind or let you finish, then that's a waste of time because you're not going to change everybody's mind. You're not. That's life. We may want to, but it's not going to happen. And if you really care, you don't worry about winning the battle. You worry about winning the war. And you don't get caught up in the small side conversations when there's other bigger ones to have. So anyway, this is Art City Now. Glad you guys are with us. That's producer Ryan, Vic Faust. We are your Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. X, Facebook, and YouTube is where you can join us this morning. 7:16 is the time. On a Wednesday, happy hump day, St. Louis. What a beautiful day. 70, what is it supposed to be? 70, 72 degrees today. Warm weather on top of it all. That's what we're talking about. At least we get it for today. Didn't really get it yesterday. Tomorrow temperature is supposed to be about 70, but I don't know. Could be some storms tomorrow. We'll wait and see. We know how St. Louis goes. You start getting some 70s in February. We're nearing record highs. Who knows what could happen and how unsettling our weather / atmosphere could be later today, or tonight, but we'll enjoy it as long as we possibly can. That's for sure. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay. SLU last night, if you're just jumping in, what we were talking about a little bit earlier ago, bad loss. I mean, I don't know how to say it, but bad, terrible. The worst thing that could have happened for this basketball team happened last night. Their win streak ended. Jonah Hinton, I was able to find this game in the second half. Hit 9 3-pointers. It's like, you might want to guard that guy. He's scored 29 points. Rhode Island upset number 18 SLU 81-76 last night. So the Billikens' 18-game winning streak is now over. They hadn't been playing great for some games where they were down, then they'd come back and win. Last night, they just didn't have enough power. They battled almost all the way back, got very, very close. Within a couple points, I love how the team continued to fight. This team never gives up. They don't. Even though they're playing weak teams in the A10, they never give up. They don't. Josh Church, you've heard me talk about. Love him as a coach. Love his offense. This team scores points. And then we'll see. Robbie Avila was terrific last night. He had a really good game. He had 21 points. Deion Brown had 19. He was all over the place. The problem the Billikens had last night is they lost the ball 18 times, 18 turnovers. That's not good. So what you're talking about is a team now. It had been the longest active winning streak. Second longest active winning streak in the country, by the way, in Division I. And it was their longest since the 2013-2014 squad won a school record 19 games. So they were there. They missed some shots. Sharma wasn't as hot as he normally is. And they ended up losing to a team that was 5-7 in the conference. And it's not 5-7 in the SEC. It's 5-7 in the A10. So SLU should be fine as long as they don't lose again. I mean, if you win the conference tournament, you're going all automatically. But some of the luster is lost. And here's why I say it. We were thinking this was definitely the dominant team in the state. They're not. We were thinking this is a team that could compete nationally. So certainly they could, depending upon matchups. But the tournament committee was already just looking at SLU as like a 7 seed. That's what you're starting to see as a 7 seed, even being a 24-1 team and 12-0 in the A10. The predominant seeding that you were hearing was 7. Then they lose to a team like Rhode Island, who is under 500 in their own conference. What do you think that does for the seeding? I mean, it certainly knocked them out of the 7. Does it put them into the 8-9 matchup if they win the conference tournament and went out? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The other thing, though, is they're getting everybody's best shot. And other teams, I promise you, feel as if they can beat SLU now. But I think SLU is going to just run through VCU Friday night. By the way, the Billikens are home Friday night, 7 o'clock against VCU. They already won at VCU. And I hope they just come out and put it too, because it's such a likable team. I'd love to see that program do well. They have likable players. Josh Schertz, their head coach, is very likable as well. And he's really, really good at offensive basketball. So we'll have to wait and see where that SLU team goes. And we just want to see them do the best that they possibly can. The problem is now it's like, what kind of respect do you get nationally when you had a schedule that was very, very easy? Now, you won most of those games, obviously. You just lost to Stanford barely. And then obviously last night's game was really, really bad, but to lose that game. So I don't know, 9 pointers, hit 9 3-pointers. against the Billikens last night. So Virginia Commonwealth, first place matchup online. VCU's only lost 2 games in conference. SLU lost 1. It would go into tiebreakers after that if VCU was able to beat SLU, but I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening where VCU comes in here and beats SLU. They'll get it put up together. They'll get it back in there. I want to see Kellen Thames be a part of the action again somehow, some way. He's a really good spark plug for this team coming off the bench, and I'd love to see a way to get him back in to play more. So SLU has been, it's been our best feel-good story in St. Louis this season for a while. So a little bit of the luster is lost from last night, but not all is lost, as we were just talking about. So come on, SLU, get it back going. You're still in first place in the A10. And of course, at this point, you're still headed to the NCAA tournament, which is what we're all looking forward to seeing, loving, doing, you name it. Appreciate it. Jump in that from that standpoint. Okay. By the way, we're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Arch City Now. All things St. Louis all the time. Anything positive that we can talk about from the St. Louis standpoint, or stories that are making national headlines that resonate in our area as well. Like, subscribe, share the show, jumping on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us with Jim the Cat Hayes, the Cardinals broadcaster, and the former Blue, Cam Jansen. And then, of course, at 10 o'clock today, it's the MIZ STL show. Grant Salzman, Britton Schaefer will be promoting the Mizzou game tonight. Mizzou hosting Vanderbilt. That should be an interesting game. Vanderbilt ranked 19th. Missouri coming off a really bad home loss to Texas where they just did not look like, it's like they were a step slow all game. Something wasn't there. Dennis Gates needs to figure that out because Missouri has a tough schedule. They have a lot of tough teams coming up. They've several ranked teams that they're playing too. That's what happens when you play in the SEC. I mean, you got a lot of teams. I mean, you got 8 teams going to the tournament at least, and you're playing them all. So it's tough. You got to find ways to win. Missouri's teetering right there on the borderline of making the tournament. And of course, they have a big game tonight with number 19 Vanderbilt. Saturday, they're on the road at 20th ranked Arkansas. Then they'll come back home and face Tennessee, who will probably be ranked next week too, as long as they take care of business, because they're teetering right around that 25 ranking as well. So we'll see what we got with all of that that's coming up too. So that's all coming up tonight when it comes to our basketball action. So that's the Mizzou game today. The Mizzou show from 10 to 11. Charlie Tuna from 11 to 1. By the way, on Wednesday night, something really cool that we have here at the station. It's every night from 5 to 6. It's Sounds of STL. Tony Patrico. But on Wednesdays, all he does is play local music created here in our community, which is so really cool. And there's so many damn talented people in this area. So many talented people. And you get a chance to hear it. Nobody else really does something like that. So that's becoming pretty popular. Wednesday nights, 5 to 6, right here on 590 AM, and of course the other platforms, Sounds of STL on YouTube. So thanks for jumping in and participating and talking with us. But that's tonight. And for a look at all the other programming that we have, not only today and throughout the week, you go to luinfo.com. Once again, it is luinfo.com. We are your Lou information station, and we are live and on demand at luinfo.com. By the way, it's 56, 57 degrees already at 7:25 in the morning. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can't wait for that standpoint. By the way, too, are you missing the Blues yet, Bri? You haven't, are you? The Olympic hockey stuff.
Not at all.
That's going to be coming back in action. We'll get into some of that maybe after the break and where the team is and when it comes to trades and so forth. But anything that you guys want to get into from that standpoint, let us know. So we'll get more into that when we come back. Producer Rise here. I'm Vic Faust. This is Arch City Now. Appreciate you jumping in with us. We have one more segment coming up right after this, but we'll take a quick break. We'll set the tone and come back with more of the show right after this. You're listening to Arch City Now.
You've seen this. It's brand new. Are you online?
Oh, hey. Oh, so you're new here.
All right, let's get cracking.
Okay, then maybe you should check out our website.
You're insane.
Well, you download songs illegally from the internet.
LouInfo.com. The Lou Information Station. 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
Our origin story begin.
St. Louis sports fans, now you can go deeper with STL Sports Central Insiders. Get exclusive access to Bernie Miklasz, Randy Carricker, Mike Claiborne, Jamal Mayers, and more. Plus, your chance to watch a Blues game in the alumni box with Jamal himself. Also, monthly giveaways, Bernie's columns all week, and you'll be supporting local sports media. Join now at stlsportscentral.com.
Introducing the Key STL Burger Bar and Boogie, your new home in the Grand Center Arts District. The Key STL is where the music plays, the game is always on, and the dance floor is open. The Burger Bar features the ultimate smash burger experience with premium pasture-raised local beef and a dozen house-made sauces to top it all off. It's the Key STL Burger Bar and Boogie, 3225 Olive in Midtown. Before, during, or after any game, this is the spot, St. Louis. Find out more at thekeystl.com.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. 222-2222.
Your LouInfo.com news report. A SWAT officer with the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department shot and killed an armed 46-year-old man on Tuesday morning while serving a search warrant in the Patch neighborhood. Officers were executing a narcotics and weapons warrant when the suspect refused to surrender and claimed he was armed. A gun was recovered at the scene. The investigation is continuing. Lawyers have pitched a $7.25 billion settlement in the Bayer Roundup case, arguing that people in the U.S. who were exposed to Roundup were exposed to dangerous chemicals. The lawsuit covers those who were diagnosed with cancer and also those exposed and diagnosed in the future. The St. Louis court will review the case. Yadier Molina is back in spring training with the St. Louis Cardinals, stepping into his role as special assistant working with catchers. He's offering guidance on defense, game planning, and handling pitchers, while also assisting the front office. Molina will also manage in Puerto Rico in the World Baseball Classic this spring. He played 19 seasons in St. Louis. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by Home Bank. Member FDIC. Secure your financial future by opening a high-yield checking account today. Go to myhomebank.bank to get started.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. A few showers coming up by tomorrow, but for now, things stay pretty nice, breezy, and sunny. We're headed for the low 70s. For the overnight, a few clouds and about 50, and then showers and maybe even a thunderstorm on Thursday with that cold front. We'll be in the low 70s and breezy, sunny, and cooler on Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Brown and Crouppen, we get that after an accident, money's tight. That's why we offer so much for free. First call, free. First consultation, free. Stuck at home or in the hospital, we'll come to you for free. So call Brown and Crouppen, where we don't get paid unless you do. And your first consultation is free.
Fast Track Auto Transport has been a trusted leader in vehicle shipping for over 25 years, providing reliable, affordable service across the U.S. Fast Track offers fast and safe transportation solutions for individuals, dealerships, fleets, and businesses of all sizes. The Fast Track team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and real-time tracking, which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto Transport has been St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. The trusted way, the safe way, the fast track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
When it's time to bring the energy, don't fake it, fuel it. Drink Thunder is the all-natural, plant-based, fruit-based pre-workout drink that gives you real results without the junk. No sugar, no crash, just clean energy, powered by nature, and loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to help you perform at your best. Thunder.com and grab your favorite flavor: orange mango, blackberry lemonade, or strawberry cream. Drink Thunder, the clean way to power your workout. DrinkThunder.com.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Yo, yo, yo. Appreciate you guys being back with us. Good morning, St. Louis. It is a sunny St. Louis morning. It is comfortable outside. We're glad you're with us. Producer Rise here. And of course, he's always better when it's a little bit more comfortable outside. Feeling like Florida, feeling like spring break weather, my friend. And it's the middle of February, actually, February 18th, over halfway through. Damn, only what, 10, 11 days left in February? Bring on March.
Thing moving fast.
Oh boy, here we are already. It's happening all over the place. Like, subscribe, share the show. X, Facebook, and YouTube is where you can stream us live. Of course, you can catch all the information on all the shows at louinfo.com. Hot Take Central 2.0, super popular show coming up following us from 8 to 10. You former Blue Cam Jansen and Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes taking you till 10 o'clock today. And of course, then it's the MIZ STL show, as we were talking about. Brendan Schaefer, Grant Salzman promoting Mizzou basketball tonight as they take on Vanderbilt, 19th ranked Vanderbilt, coming into town to Columbia as Missouri is fighting for their tournament lives. By the way, covering stories and news all around the area. The zoo, sadly, mourning the passing of one of its giraffes, if you didn't see yet. It was humanely euthanized, had a bunch of health complications. And we already know what a great job they do. And most of us are animal lovers, and I hope that you are, or at least respect the animals that we have from that standpoint. Ella had chronic arthritis, 15-and-a-half-year-old, beautiful giraffe. Lots of extensive medical treatment wasn't able to help the condition. So they said on February 13th, the giraffe couldn't stand. So they made that heartbreaking decision, just in case if people were wondering. Of course, the zoo keeps urge to what's happening with a lot of their animals. And she was known by many visitors as one of the tallest giraffes there over at Red Rocks. So joyful personality, and she came in 14 years ago. So sad day for the zoo. There's ups, there's downs over there, but at least we still have a terrific zoo. If you haven't had a chance to check it out recently, go over and check it out. Speaking of zoo days, today, what a day. Beautiful day to be outside, checking out whatever it is that you're trying to do there. Also coming out, not such a great list, but I've seen this before with Missouri Wallet Hub, who does a lot of surveys. They pay for a lot of those surveys as well. They evaluated all 50 states across 18 key metrics, my friend producer I. When it comes to education levels, that includes high school graduation rates, adults with college degrees, students with test scores, and all taking into account the quality of public school systems and the achievement gaps between different income groups. Missouri finished 31st overall. Not a great stat from that standpoint. Characterized as having maybe lower education levels in the state of Missouri, lower medium household incomes compared. I could see that from around the country. But I don't know, maybe because they're talking about the public school system in Missouri is what they're looking at right now. And what they're trying to figure out is they're trying to emphasize the connection between education and earnings. They state there's a strong correlation between being more educated and receiving higher compensation. That can be the case, but it's not always the case, producer Ryan. You'll see that too as you get older. And just because a person is more educated, quote, more years of school does not equal money. It does not equal money. It just doesn't, especially in the ever changing world that we have. And then you, my friend, as we study somebody who is into AI, and you also see how AI is changing a lot of things too. You need to be above if you're going to be educated in that standpoint. Yeah, I could totally see that happening, but we do need education. That's for sure. They added in this study that the educated states tend to provide high quality learning opportunities from elementary school through graduate programs. Once again, these are public institutions, and they believe that help builds a more competitive workforce. Okay. But the other thing about that too is, in your life, did you ever have anybody, producer Ryan, take you aside when you were young? Because I never had this, but it's a program that's going to be coming to the area. And I know a gentleman, super, super intelligent guy. He is the foremost leader on this when it comes to his degree program and what he has taught. Did you ever have anybody pull you aside when you were younger, grade school, maybe even high school, and do something of a talent script or of a, quote, resume for you, figuring out, who am I? What kind of skills do I have? What would I like to do in life? How do I think I could make a difference? From that standpoint, where actually, like, you sat down maybe for an hour and went through some skills assessment?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. That's probably at those cool schools or something.
Oh, come on now. You went to some damn good schools.
I don't know.
You were at SLU and St. Mary's.
I don't know.
They do that
But
at St.
no,
Mary's.
St. Mary's did.
Do you think that could have helped you? Like, for example,
Somewhat. I'm gonna be honest. St. Mary's did help me. They came in and they like talked to me about college and stuff like around my junior year.
Yeah.
And they were like,
but I'm not even saying just college, but
Yeah.
you personally.
Yeah, and they
Because
asked
we
me,
don't
like-
really do that. We don't really assess our younger kids for talents. And let's just be real. We can train and try to become things. But if it's more difficult for us to try to train, and it's not where our skills are, if you're trying to force somebody to understand arithmetic and that's not a skill, yeah, you can try to learn it over and over and over. But is it something you're going to love and be passionate about? Because our workforce wastes a lot of money, and you have a lot of jobs that they'll train individuals to go do the job. And you know what? You get 6 months in, an individual goes, yeah, I don't like this anymore. I want to go try something else. That company's out of money. You've wasted time. And maybe that could have been avoided with some sort of assessment earlier on.
Yeah, I think the schools that I went to may have done that. But I think they already knew that I was gonna go to college for a certain thing. So I think our conversations were different. Because I do know St. Mary's has a strong thing in the trades as well.
Oh my
So-
gosh, the trade I'll get started in the trades. There's so much money in the trades right now that AI can't affect. Especially, and whether you like or dislike the data centers and what they can or don't bring along with them, electricians are in desperate need. I did a story on this woman a few years ago, producer. She is from the city. She had 3 kids. She's starting over, single mom, lived down right near North St. Louis. She started training to be an electrician. They paid her to go to school. They paid her while she was going to school. She finished her degree program, came out. She was making near $100,000 a year and loving life because she decided to be an electrician. And I'm like, this is blowing my mind, because a lot of times we just say, oh, you got to go get your 4-year degree. And we've done that in America. You deserve a 4-year degree. You deserve education. But if you're getting your 4-year degree and you're not making money with it, what is the deal with it? So anyway, you brought up the trades. Yeah. And St. Mary's does a terrific job.
Yeah, there's like a whole trade program now that they do or whatever. And Mike England, he comes on and he talks about it and stuff. And he's like, yeah, these guys are making upwards of like 80K out of or 60 to 70K right off rip or something like that. And like at 20, at 18.
Mm-hmm. No debt.
That's
the big,
difference. Like,
yep.
I got debt. So it's
No debt.
It's a different game. It's a lot.
Yeah, no, there's a guy in town, Ed Watkins. He's done a lot for a long period of time throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area, workforce development and so forth. One of the leaders. He's got a program that's going to be coming to the area very soon as well. So just very, 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 very good ideas of, just groups like the Boys and Girls Clubs and all other nonprofits really trying to help people in our community. realize what their skills are from an early standpoint, and trying to be the best that they can be when it comes to moving forward and finding things in life that make sense, that absolutely makes sense. We cover a lot of the topics around here. I thought this one was kind of a silly one. Did you know that there's actually a federal judge who's having to rule on whether Buffalo Wild Wings can keep the name Boneless Wings on its menu?
Why?
I know. Well, here's what he did. There was a lawsuit. A guy wanted to say he wanted Buffalo Wild Wings to stop using the term boneless wings because the customer claimed that the name misled him into thinking that the dish was made from actual chicken wings with the bones removed.
What are they? They're just makeshift chicken nuggets, dude. Like,
The judge missed the lawsuit in a lighthearted opinion. He said the plaintiff's complaint had, quote, no meat on its bones. Failed to show that reasonable consumers are deceived by the name. If you own, it's the boneless wings, that it's kind of a, it doesn't mean boneless.
yeah, it's a glorified chicken nugget.
Bingo. The judge likened boneless wings to other familiar food nicknames, citing a recent Ohio Supreme Court ruling. This is pretty interesting. Noted that diners don't expect chicken fingers to be made of fingers.
Exactly.
The lawsuit filed by Amin Halim argued that Buffalo Wild Wings boneless wings are essentially chicken nuggets
Glorified chicken nuggets.
made from breast meat, and that the name is fraudulent because it suggests deboned wing meat.
So what are they supposed to say? Cut up chicken breast. Like I don't know what you want.
There's a lot of people who just look for lawsuits, unfortunately. But this was interesting. This was brought over in Illinois under the Illinois Consumer Fraud Act for a breach of express warranty, common law fraud, and unjust enrichment.
Common law fraud.
Buffalo Wild Wings is like, what? Come on, what? But if you're a big company, you get sued by people all the time. I remember when first time I was checking out First Form, over in Fenton, the supplement company does a terrific job. They really, really have employed a ton of people in St. Louis. Really phenomenal company. First Form has done so much. I remember the first time I went in there and got a tour, I was shown a stack probably this big, like I don't know, 5 inches, maybe 5 inches thick of papers from people trying to sue the company across the country. And the guy goes, that's my job. I'm dealing with all kinds of quote, people. And of course he would say frivolous. Somebody else may not, but dealing with those, what they termed as frivolous lawsuits, but you have to answer them. So anyway, boneless wings. We already know what they are, right? Right?
No, we don't. Apparently.
Apparently. Maybe we don't, and maybe we should, unfortunately. I don't know. I saw that and I was like, okay, all right, that's funny. We'll see where it all goes. By the way, if you guys have anything, you can jump in on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Once again, X, Facebook, and YouTube. That's where you can watch us live. And of course, listen all the time at 5:90 a.m. Appreciate you guys jumping in with us, having some fun, some good conversations, and so forth, as well as we try to keep it somewhat light. Try to. Obviously, we talk about the Olympics, the competitions that are happening today. And by the way, there are some, there's some good events today as well, as we were talking about when it comes to the events and so forth from that standpoint. Men's ice hockey today. Canada's playing at 9:40 this morning against Czechia. And Czechia is a competitive team. I mean, they shouldn't be able to skate with Canada for too long, but you never know. The United States men and our St. Louis brothers get out there today at about 2:10 p.m. against Sweden. Sweden's 2-1. I know that the United States is better, but do you know that the United States has never beat Sweden in the Olympics, is what I was told. I was like, really? I thought they'd beaten Sweden before, but they hadn't apparently. So they play today at 2:10. Winners advance to the semifinals. And then they're excuse me. And I think, did this just go final? Michaela Schifrin, gold medal in the women's slalom. That would be so freaking cool. She is an amazing person. Did I tell you I had a chance to meet Michaela a few years ago?
No, you did not.
Yeah, she comes in. The president and CEO of Stiefel, Ron Krzyzewski, is a massive ski fan, and he helps raise a ton of money for the United States ski team. Because as we told you earlier, these athletes are not funded by our government. They have to come up with ways to do it themselves. Well, Michaela comes into St. Louis a lot and does events. I had a chance to meet her at a party a few years ago, and she couldn't have been any more sweeter and humble. And she's considered to be one of the best skiers in the world, maybe of all time. Most decorated female, just in a phenomenal skier. And I just saw that she had won the gold, which would be freaking terrific when it comes to the United States. So Michaela Schifrin, she did it. Congrats to Michaela doing what she did. The medal drought, thank God she helped our team. She came out strong. 1.5 seconds better than Camille Rast. That's a big, big win for Michaela. Congrats to Michaela winning gold. It's her first Olympic medal since 2018, her fourth overall. If you remember, she missed the podium in her past 8 events at the Winter Games dating back to 2022. Her best finish during the streak prior to Wednesday was 4th in the 2022 team event. So congrats to Michaela getting that gold. What an awesome day for her to finish it off. First of all, our team needed it, and she did it, which is just outstanding. Congrats to Michaela on a job well done for the United States as we head into the final few days of the Olympics and of course the America. Obviously the Amber Glenn thing last night was very, it was sad when she came out and she did not do what she was supposed to do last night, which was unfortunate. So it's good to see Michaela come out and do what she needed to do today. So yep, up to 7 golds for the United States. Michaela winning gold this morning. Congrats to her. That's really, really cool. Hey, by the way, right, who is one of your favorite athletes that you've met of all time, or maybe met because I know you haven't been around this planet that long.
Yeah.
But is there an athlete who you met, you're like, really, that was awesome? Whatever sport, whatever it was, somebody that really maybe made you think, and maybe it wasn't even an athlete. Guy. Yeah, maybe it was an entertainer of some sort.
I don't know. When I met David Aldridge, that was cool.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Broadcaster.
Really cool. Yeah, when I met David Aldridge, that was cool. Then in high school, I met a couple NBA guys. I met Jason Tatum, of course.
Of course. By the way, Jason's getting ready to come back in March. Look out for the Celtics.
All righty.
Come on, St. Louis's own Jason Tatum.
I then went to a workout. I ran into Bradley Beal like 6 times.
Yeah, St. Louis' own NBA star.
Bradley a couple times. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, if you know, that's not even back in your day, but I met Caron Butler.
Okay.
Yeah, at a journalism event. Trying to see anybody else that I met that was just like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I've had some interest. I mean,
I haven't met anybody.
When I was a kid, the bigger one, the one that really rang, first of all, when I was young, I met Jimmy Connors, superstar tennis player from Belleville. Our St. Louis's own. And then in high school, Walter Payton. Yeah, he was our speaker for our high school award ceremony in Belleville as well. So myself and 2 other guys got to sit in the limo with Walter before he came in to talk. So we're literally sitting in there. They got Walter Payton to come over, and I had a chance to talk with Sweet, and he had such a soft-spoken voice. He's like, "What position do you play?" And I told him at the time, I was like, "Well, I played tight end linebacker." He's like, "You look like a tight end." He's like, what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do at Mizzou next year? What are you going to do? And he's like, the time to work is now. And I didn't know about him running hills at that point in time. By the way, for football, one of the best things you can do is run up hills.
Yeah, if you want to train for basketball, the worst
Same thing?
No, the worst thing you could do is run up.
Is it really?
Oh my gosh. I remember I got lucky.
Why is it the worst thing you could do?
It's not the worst thing, but I remember back in like St. Mary's, we used to have like this crazy like conditioning month before we even touched the ball, where like BT would just have you run around Carondelet, like the park, and then he'd have you run up hills and stuff. Like,
what was
all
this,
the
your
guys,
coach?
Yeah, and then like all the guys over like 6'3", except for me, had like shin splints. Like, I don't know how. Probably because I wasn't running as hard as them. But
oh yeah,
holy
no,
moly,
I get it.
that- yeah. But I like actually running hills. It's not bad.
No,
It's really about
boy.
that life.
Yeah, run those hills, baby. Run them, run them, run them. Anyway, that was had a chance to meet Bill Clinton, Bob Dole. Those are some really cool people. Kurt Warner. I was covering
Bill Clinton?
Yeah, President Clinton.
Bill.
Yeah. A lot of those people. That's for sure. A few years back, although she was probably I was shocked from a political standpoint at how pretty she was in person. Ivanka Trump. I did an interview with her in the St. Louis area, and I was like, oh, yeah, she was a very pretty lady. Very pretty. Anyway, not quite sure how we got sidetracked there. I did it. But I just wondered who you've met over the years and, things like that.
Yeah, it's nothing really crazy except for people I like,
Mhm.
That Rob Parker, that was cool because like I asked him about the RG3 comment. But,
Rob Parker, for many people in St. Louis don't know who Rob Parker is.
yeah.
A broadcaster out of the Detroit area. Now does he do a national radio show?
Yeah, he does national.
Former Detroit. I met him when I was in Detroit. Like yourself, I like Rob. Got along with Rob. Appreciated him. Did some Tiger baseball coverage as well for a long time. Knew Rob from there too. So that was fun to watch. By the way, we talked about it earlier in the show. SLU lost last night. They get back to action Friday night. So if you want to go see the Billikens Friday night and support them, you can try to get those tickets now. Friday night, 7:00, VCU for first place in the A10. Billikens need to get back on track. That's for sure. And I think they will. I think they are going to put it to VCU on Friday night. Make them pay for their frustration after losing at Rhode Island last night. And then you've also got Mizzou tonight. You guys can watch that if you're interested. 8 p.m. start. Number 19 Vanderbilt will be in Columbia to do battle with the Tigers. Mizzou, M-I-Z-Z-O-U, playing there. By the way, there's a preview of that game tonight. You can listen to the M-I-Z STL show today from 10 to 11 o'clock on this network with Grant Salzman and Brendan Schaefer. That's on YouTube, of course, and 590. And Mizzou obviously trying to keep their tournament life alive, so to speak, as they try to make the tournament. You've also got men's hockey today at 2:40. Was it 2:10? I think it was 2:10. Yeah, 2:10. The United States skating with Sweden as they get closer to what we all hope is a gold medal match with the favored Canadians. That's coming up on that championship game would be early Sunday morning. So that would be interesting to see what's heading on there from that standpoint when they get out there and have the action. Of course, we're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Glad you guys join us each day as we try to bring you some of the St. Louis stories as well.
Quick question before I'm making the title and stuff. SLU was on a 19-game win streak or 20 game?
SLU was 19.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm looking it back up again, making sure.
I could have just looked it up, but I thought.
No, that's all right, buddy. I'm with you. As a matter of fact, that was, we got used to all the wins.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, yeah, we'll take this. We'll take all the wins, baby, as we get it all in. As they were rocking and rolling all the way there. They were going for their 19th last night. I just see that right here. It was like, damn. And of course, as always, as we said, enjoy the day. Gonna be nice, over 70 degrees today. Loving life, enjoy it. Oh, we'll get out of here. Can we close out? I didn't want to do it too early. By the way, enjoy it. About 70, 72 degrees today. A nice St. Louis spring day. Enjoy it. If you can do some of the work outside, more power to you. We're on a pretty good stretch of temperature days for the middle of February. That's for sure. Enjoy it. Who knows? 73, and then we'll see if anything happens with some unsettling water getting into tomorrow. But all I know is today looks mighty fine. All right. That does it for us today. Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen and Jim the Cat Hayes. That's coming up next. They'll take you from 8 to 10 o'clock. And, of course, we appreciate you joining us, as you always do, 90 and our other platforms. Always stay positive. Have a great day. Spread that good news. For producer Rye, I'm Vic Faust. Appreciate you guys joining us. We will catch up with you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. We also have a guest tomorrow in the 7 o'clock hour promoting the Polar Plunge. That's right. Out at Creve Coeur Lake for charity. People are going to be jumping in that cold freaking lake for charity. That's kind of so we'll promote that tomorrow here live on the show. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow at 6 a.m.